Canada's ruling Conservative Party is in the process of ratifying yet another controversial and potentially unconstitutional piece of legislation, which is ostensibly aimed at ensuring loyalty to the Canadian state. Bill C-425 will allow the Canadian state to revoke citizenship from those deemed to have engaged in what law enforcers decide is terrorism or an act of war against Canada. Analysts say that Canada's current government's obsession with what it calls loyalty to Canada and support for Canada's military could be a case of they who doth protest too much. Politicians, such as Canada's Immigration Minister Jason Kenney, consistently prioritize the national interests of Israel over those of Canada, which entails putting Canadian troops in harm's way to fight those in the Muslim world who have never uttered a threat at Canada, but who are unwilling to tolerate US-Israeli human rights abuses.
The loyalty that, Jason Kenney is talking about is loyalty to their values, which is militarism, which is colonialism, which is loyalty to imperialism, loyalty to Zionism, loyalty to bigotry and racism. And I'm not going to be apologetic and say I'm disloyal to this government, and I'm proud of it.
Canada's immigration minister has displayed a willingness to define people whose opinions he disagrees with as terrorists. For example, peace activist George Galloway was unlawfully barred from Canada in 2009 when Jason Kenney's office labelled the pro-Palestinian British MP a terrorist.
In official Canadian government documents publicized around the world, that I was not just a supporter of terrorism, but a member of a terrorist organization, and that I was a threat to Canada's national security.
I don't think the freedom fighters that have dual citizenship with Canada should be condemned for their courageous resistance, whatever tactic they use against imperialist thugs, imperialist soldiers, whether it be in Afghanistan, whether it be in Syria, or whether it be in Palestine against the thuggery of Zionism.
Forcing dissidents and activists into exile abroad is a quintessential characteristic of a totalitarian state. Critics wonder if resisting or even criticizing unlawful wars of aggression involving Canada will be viewed as justifications to revoke Canadian citizenship and send Canadian dissidents into exile in the future. Joshua Blakeney, Press TV, Calgary.